I'm definitely gonna make someone mad with this video, aren't I? Hello everyone, it's me, the funny stick man with the blue bandana, and I thought I might do something different. Instead of talking about previous death battles, making lists, making alternate matchups for Sonic characters, etc., I thought, what if I try and do what they did, but infinitely worse? So today, I'm gonna be doing a kind of analysis video on Archie Knuckles and Juggernaut, because during the making of the matchups for alternate Sonic, the matchup for alternate matchups for Sonic characters video, this was one that definitely crossed my mind, and I kind of regret not putting it in, because it's actually kind of an interesting matchup. The amount of connections these two have are pretty impressive, actually. So, I think we should start from the beginning and where I connect with these characters. So, honestly, I have not read any of the Archie Knuckles comics or the X-Men comics that with Juggernaut in them. I know the characters because Juggernaut, he did appear in like the X-Men movies, which I did watch, and I love them. All of them, even X-Men Apocalypse. Dark Phoenix is kind of in that camp, but it's kind of weird. If you ask me, it changes day to day. And Knuckles is in fact my favorite Sonic character ever. I don't know. I mean, I like Sonic and everything, and Shadow's cool too, but Knuckles is just... the idea of a dude that just beats the crap out of people is always just so much fun. And he's voiced by Idris Elba in the new movie, so there's that. Infinitely hyped for that, by the way. If you can't tell, I'm a bit sick. I have a bit of a frog in my throat, but I won't let that stop me from making this video. So anyway, continuing on. So I thought I'd do like a bit of a different, like a sort of, and now I really need to stop. Okay. One at a time. One word at a time. I thought I'd go through both these characters, their feats, abilities, all that kind of stuff. Have like their own little analysis sections, and eventually end off with who I think would win. This took so long to actually come to a verdict, and I must clarify, everything in this video, everything that I've researched, comes from different sources. Most of Juggernaut stuff comes from a Respect thread I read. Other Archie Knuckles things comes from Versus Battle Wiki. So, again, these are really the only sources I have, okay? I tried looking for a Archie Knuckles Respect thread, but I found one for Archie Sonic, and we'll get to that later. Also, a lot of information also comes from the fine folks over at the Death Battle Fandom Wiki. Great place, they were really helpful and really nice, and if you guys just so happen to watch it, I'll probably post it on the wiki and show everyone the efforts of my hard work, because if you were there, you would know that I have been non-stop talking about this matchup for literally for over 4 days. I'm not kidding. So if they do watch this, then hi guys, I'd like to thank you so much for your help, and so yeah, without further ado, let's get into the video. I feel like I should mention this, but if I do get something wrong, please correct me, because, again, I pretty much know nothing about these characters. Another thing, if you don't agree with the outcome, that is fine. I'm not telling you what you can and cannot agree with. I'm just saying that this is who I think would win. So, please, if you disagree, please say, I disagree, and move on. Thank you. On to the video now, for real. Cain Marko, the unstoppable Juggernaut. The respect thread I took most of this information from will be in the description below. If you want to read that, you can, but for now, let's begin. So, this dude was abused by his dad at a young age, and he grew up basically hating everything. Mostly against his adoptive brother, Charles Xavier. So, one day, when him and his brother were on a mission in Korea during the Korea War, he came across the temple of Sidorak. And Sidorak is basically this magic god dude. And in this temple, there was a glowing ruby. So, like any normal person, because let's be real, if you walk into a temple and see a shining red ruby, you're gonna take it and try and sell it. I mean, I don't think he did try and sell it, but he still found it. And let's be real, any person would try and take it. But, so, he found this nice red ruby called the Crimson Gem of Sidorak. And Sidorak, like I said, is basically an ancient magic god, demonic ruler of some alternate dimension place. So, once Cain grabbed the Crimson Gem of Sidorak, he turned into the unstoppable Juggernaut. He was imbued with 9 infinite amount of kinetic energy, and given a special suit of armor to basically help him channel his powers, I guess. And after that, he became one of the X-Men's worst enemies. So, as the Juggernaut, Cain has a lot of different abilities. So, he has some superhuman stats overall. Super strength, super speed, self-sustenance, meaning he doesn't need to eat. And he also has a pretty insane healing factor, allowing him to basically come back from being a skeleton. It is worth noting, though, that he can die via decapitation, but good luck trying to decapitate him when he has his mystical force field activated. Boom! Nailed it with that transition into the force field. Suck on that, someone else on YouTube who does this kind of stuff for a hobby because he doesn't have enough subscribers to earn money. That just got infinitely more sad as I went on. Anyway, continuing. So, yeah, he has a force field. This force field basically protects him from damage, and it's mystical in nature, so it's magic. The best kinds of force field. And it is worth noting... It is worth noting that that Sidorak is also the same guy named after Doctor Strange's Crimson Bands of Sidorak, which I'm pretty sure we have seen in the movies before. I'm not sure if they are the same things, but they look cool, they are cool, and they're magic, and they're super strong, and I'm pretty sure they're unbreakable, so that means Juggernaut is pretty much unbreakable as well. And, yeah, he is pretty freaking strong. Oh god, what is up with my nose today? Sorry about that. So, he does have, with his helmet on, he has a resistance to mind manipulation. Meaning, if you try to read his mind, if you try to mind control him, won't work. Won't work. He's, that helmet protects his noggin. He can also break out of being frozen really easily, and has a resistance to cosmic radiation. And also has really high pain tolerance, like stupidly high pain tolerance. He's never really bothered by pain at all, even when being reduced to a skeleton. God, this dude is insane. He is also incredibly powerful. He's taken on beings like Hulk, Thor, the King Hyperion, and the Thing, and also some dude called the Stranger who was on par with Galactus. He took hits from the Stranger, and also basically no-selled Thor's most powerful attack, the God Blast. Now, it is worth noting that those attacks don't scale to his attack potency. They mostly scale to his durability, as I'm told by people on the Death Battle Fandom Wiki. Like I said, go check them out. They're really cool people. And also, magical artifacts and energies can affect him. Especially when magic is comparable to Sidorak's magic, or even stronger than him. So, in base form, I'd say he's probably around Universal Plus to Multiversal Plus. But when he gets to his super form, that's when things get interesting. He just goes straight up the charts to low complex multiversal with Tryon Juggernaut. Now, Tryon Juggernaut is basically his version of Worldbreaker Hulk. It's not the same thing, basically. What I'm saying is, it's his super form. That's what it is. That's all I had to say. It's just that straightforward. It's his super form. Tryon Juggernaut is his super form. And with this super form, he draws way more of Sidorak's power than usual, which allows him to punch through the fabric of space-time. This dude can literally punch holes in the fabric of space and time. This is just... What is this dude? Anyway, aside from that, dude is really fast as well. Able to keep up with characters like Thor, who can throw Mjolnir, across the universe, and Mjolnir comes back in, a minute, which was... I'm gonna use Death Battle's calculation here, but... It was basically, I think if I remember correctly, it was 100 quintillion times faster than light. So, yeah, that puts him at, MFTL plus speeds. And he's also comparable to World War Hulk. Now, this isn't the same dude as Worldbreaker Hulk, but... yeah. And World War Hulk... well... did, you know what? All you need to know is World War Hulk is really freaking powerful, and he basically he kicked the asses of multiple superheroes when he got back to Earth. But aside from that, he basically has resisted psionic attacks from Bedlam, a full power Psy Blast from Professor X barely affected him, and even Captain Universe can't affect his mind. So, that helmet is really impressive. Along with his force field, Thor's hammer literally slowed to a halt before it touched him because of it, and Spider-Man's webs don't even reach him. He also resisted Marvel Girl's telekinesis, and... there I go, coughing again. His regeneration is insane. He's been impaled by the Rhino. He's been impaled by Shatterstar through the eye, and he's just been fine. And again, he got turned into a skeleton and still kept going. That is insane. So, yeah. Juggernaut is pretty freaking strong. Now, in terms of weaknesses, his helmet can be removed. And if his helmet is off, he has little to no resistance to psionic attacks. And if his helmet is off, he also loses his force field. So, in most of his mystic invulnerability. But it is extremely hard to dislodge, and yeah. So, if you want to take down Juggernaut, you want to take his helmet off and then kill him. Or just decapitate him, because that also works. But yeah, Juggernaut is one tough son of a gun who you don't want to mess with. Oh yeah, and also he can kind of just create his armor out of his regular clothes, so there's that, but that's not really a feat of strength, so. Moving on to Archie Knuckles. Let's go. I'm really questioning now why I put Juggernaut after Archie Knuckles in the thumbnail. Let's just go with it. Okay, next, fun transition, whatever, I don't know. Knuckles the Echidna is the sole remaining Mobian Echidna and the last of the Guardians of Angel Island. He was trained by his father Locke to assume the role of Guardian at the age of 10. And within a few years, Knuckles had basically become way more powerful than anyone had ever expected. So, he was experimented by Locke, and he was turned into a living Chaos Emerald, essentially. And Chaos Emeralds are basically connected to what is known as the Chaos Force, which is basically an extra-dimensional force. It's kind of like the Speed Force from DC, but instead of using speed, it basically can manipulate space and time and whatever. Oh my god. There's a lot I'm gonna get wrong for this. So, in terms of power, he's about universal in base. Or multiversal in base, or whatever, I don't know. I'm gonna just highball him for now and say he's multiversal. Or whatever. He's also able to fight on par with Enerjak. And in the Sonic Encyclopedia, it is stated that Enerjak's power is only limited by his imagination. Now, there is a lot wrong with that statement right there. Could be considered a no limits fallacy. So take that with what you will. So he scales to Sonic, of course, who is able to run at immeasurable speeds. So his speed is so fast that not even he's so fast basically that MFTL plus speeds look slow in comparison. I think Archie Sonic also was able to like outrun time and stuff. So there's that. In terms of strength, Knuckles has been able to pull off a lot. I mean, there was this one time when Perfect Chaos was invading that he just decided to go underwater and lift up an entire... I don't even know what. I'm just gonna say like a building or something. He lifted up an entire power plant. That's what it was. He lifted up an entire power plant underwater, which is kind of impressive because I mean, that's, like, pretty freaking heavy. Now, the more interesting stuff comes from his super state, or in this case, his hyper state, which is Hyper Knuckles. So, Hyper Knuckles is basically supersonic. So, that means he has invulnerability. So, he should be able to do a lot of the same stuff that Supersonic can do. So, he's invulnerable to, like, damage and stuff. He has resistance to magic, as Supersonic was merely annoyed by Enerjack, who was actually Knuckles at the time. Magic attack. Chaos magic attack. And he can also use the Chaos Force to basically grant wishes and stuff. You can also see the future with, like, Chaos Foresight, I think, but that kind of... that's a whole can of worms. Basically, Supersonic allows him to basically warp all of reality, grant wishes, all that stuff. This, however, isn't Knuckles' final form. His final form is Chaos Knuckles, where instead of turning red to pink like he does with Hyper Knuckles, he turns from red to green. Kinda like the Hulk, but not exactly. Now, in this form, he can time travel as well. So, basically, he's, he can time travel, back, forward, whenever, wherever. Now in this form, I'm not sure if he is invulnerable like Hyper Knuckles. I mean, I would assume so, because it's like a step up from Hyper Knuckles, but for now, let's just say he's not invulnerable, because every source I checked never gave me a definitive answer. So let's just say that for now, as Chaos Knuckles, he's not invulnerable to damage. He can still be hurt and stuff. He also has, again, scaling to Supersonic, he has, like, causality manipulation, God, this is a lot. I don't know what I was thinking when I took all these notes and stuff. So yeah. Oh yeah, in terms of power, I'd probably say he's at, like, since he's similar to Supersonic, he's probably at low complex multiversal level, or Archie Sonic, not Supersonic. He's at, like, low complex multiversal level in terms of power. He was stated by Aurora to basically, he had the power to rival the Ancient Walkers, before becoming one with the Chaos Force, which transcends, which is a realm transcendent to the space-time of infinite universes. And he also fought Master Mogul and stalemated Supersonic, and in their fight, it basically caused the destruction of an entire dimension. So, there's that. He's pretty insanely strong. And as Enerjack, he also has the ability to basically steal souls, rip people apart molecule by molecule, all that nice stuff. It's really insane. So, needless to say, Archie Knuckles is insane, and I just want to get to the verdict right now because this Archie Knuckles thing has just kind of destroyed my entire brain. So, let's go into the verdict, and you'll see who I think, emphasis on the I think, should win. I think no matter who I pick as the winner, I think I'm the one who's going to really lose. So, it comes down to this. My verdict. So, to start off, Juggernaut just is much, much stronger and more durable than Archie Knuckles in his base form. I say in his base form because as Hyper Knuckles, he becomes invulnerable, so in terms of durability, it's kind of equal there, but only when he gets to Hyper Knuckles. And Tryon Juggernaut can match both Hyper and Chaos Knuckles. And Knuckles can't use any mind tricks to basically see what Juggernaut is thinking because Juggernaut's noggin is protected by that helmet of his. On the other hand of the spectrum, Archie Knuckles is much faster than Juggernaut via his scaling to Archie Sonic, who has immeasurable speed. And he has a much wider variety of abilities and hacks to basically keep up with Juggernaut in terms of strength. So really, this comes down to the unstoppable force versus the immovable object, who also happens to be an unstoppable force. So, who do I think wins? To be honest, I gotta go with Archie Knuckles. Okay, and I'll give you my reasoning. So, like I said, Juggernaut way stronger, way physically stronger than Archie Knuckles. If it came down to them in their base fights, then frickin' Juggernaut turns Knuckles into red paste. If he could catch him, though. Juggernaut, while he isn't slow, is nowhere near as fast as Archie Knuckles. Juggernaut is MFTL plus speeds via scaling to Thor and Hulk, while Archie Knuckles has immeasurable speed via scaling to Archie Sonic. So, while Knuckles won't really be able to do any significant damage to Juggernaut while Knuckles is in his base form, Juggernaut probably won't be able to hit him due to how fast Knuckles is. And in the comics, Knuckles really isn't that headstrong kind of character. He's a lot smarter in the comics, I think. I haven't read them all. But even if he was like that sort of headstrong, running, guns or fists blazing, he'd probably be so fast that Juggernaut probably wouldn't be able to even hit him. So, and when we get to super forms, yes, Tryon Juggernaut can basically punch holes in the fabric of space-time. But Hyper Knuckles could probably do the same if we scale into Supersonic, basically fixing his entire multiverse via chaos control, which Knuckles can do given the fact that he's literally a living Chaos Emerald. Which means he should probably be able to do all the stuff that Archie Sonic can also do, like grant wishes, or warp reality, or just completely do everything. So, while he won't be able to kill Juggernaut physically, to me, he has 3 ways to actually finish off Juggernaut. For starters, Juggernaut has no resistance to existence erasure or having his atoms ripped apart or molecules ripped apart and just being taken apart. I also don't think Juggernaut has any resistance to soul hacks, which Enerjack, who is Knuckles, also has, so Knuckles could do the same. Oh man, I'm gonna get so flamed for this. And also, while Juggernaut is basically invulnerable to anything except magic stronger than him, well, this is where it gets a bit confusing. The question of whether the Chaos Force is or isn't stronger than the magic of Sidorak. Now, personally, I can see it going either way. I mean, the Chaos Force is an extra dimensional force, but Juggernaut has been restrained by extra dimensional beings before, but he's also like kind of just tossed him around a bit. So I say that it's plausible that the Chaos Force could potentially hurt him, but I'd also say it's plausible that it couldn't. But that wouldn't matter because Knuckles can also just erase him from existence or rip him apart molecule by molecule until there's nothing left, or just go back in time and finish Juggernaut off before he reaches his Tryon Juggernaut form, while Knuckles is way stronger. Just pull a classic Ben 10 versus Green Lantern moment there. Or he could go back in time to when Kane first found the Crimson Gem as Sidorak and take it for himself and then kill off Juggernaut there. But that'd kind of be a cop-out, so I'm not going to include that. Overall, while I do think Juggernaut is physically superior and is physically stronger and more durable than Archie Knuckles, I think Archie Knuckles is that's a tongue twister. Archie Knuckles' better speed and wider variety of hacks that allow him to do things that Juggernaut isn't immune to or has resistance to. I think it could give Archie Knuckles the win. But what do you guys think? Do you guys think I'm right? Do you guys think I'm wrong? Do you guys think I should be burnt at the stake for my sins? Let me know down in the comments below. I honestly had both a blast while making this and also PTSD while making this. So, let me know what you guys think in the comments. If I get anything wrong, I'm man enough to admit it. Just correct me in the comments. I'll probably give it a heart and pin it or something like that. But yeah, that's my video. I do think Archie Knuckles wins. Am I a bit biased? A little, yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I could see Juggernaut also pulling a win due to him being just a lot stronger than Archie Knuckles. But I think Archie Knuckles' speed and hacks allow him to take the win here. So yeah. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. If you like this, give it a thumbs up. And if you don't like this, that doesn't really matter. Dislikes aren't really seen anymore. YouTube. So, yeah. Traditional YouTube stuff. Like, comment, subscribe. Ring the bell if you don't want to miss another video. God, I need a break. I don't know when Death Battle videos will come back. They'll probably return sometime when Death Battle announces the next episode, which should be happening this month. That's when I'll get back to doing predictions and other stuff. So yeah, thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video, which will hopefully be a prediction for the season premiere of Death Battle Season 9. Bye!